Morning students, today we are going to start with the lesson, The Proposal. It was written by Anton Chekhov. He was a Russian playwright and short story writer, famous for his masterful short stories and lyrical dreams. He was born in 29 January 1860. He was actually practiced as a medical doctor, and he used to say, medicine is my lawful wife and literature is my mistress. That these are the words of Anton Chekhov. Let us see, the word proposal has several meanings. Can you guess what sort of a proposal the play is about? A suggestion, a plan or scheme of doing something, an offer for a possible plan or action, an act of something, asking someone's hand in marriage. The last one is the correct answer. Now let us have a look at the Russian wedding. Do you know anything about a Russian marriage ceremony? Read this article about a Russian wedding. You have to be very careful while listening this because you have an exercise in the second question. Preparations for a Russian wedding. A Russian wedding is very simple. The planning only includes arranging for rings, bride's dress, cards, and a reception. Earlier, the bride's family paid for the reception, but nowadays, bride's and groom's families usually share expenses. A Russian wedding lasts for 2 days, and some weddings last as long as a week, and the occasion becomes something to remember for years. The necessary part of the wedding ceremony is a wedding procession of several cars, and the best friends of the groom, best friends of the groom or bride meet before the wedding a few times, make posters, write speeches, and organize contests. When the groom arrives to fetch the bride for the registration, he has to fight to get her. Russians usually live in apartments in tall buildings, and the groom has to climb several stairs to reach his bride. But at each landing, he must answer a question to be allowed to go up. The bride's friends ask difficult questions, sometimes about the bride, sometimes just difficult riddles. And the groom must answer with the help of his friends. For example, he may be shown a few photos of baby girls and he must say which one his bride is. If he guesses wrong, he must pay cash to move ahead. After the marriage registration, the newly married couple leaves the guests for a tour of the city sights. After 2 or 3 hours of the city tour, the couple arrives at the reception, and the couple sits at a specially arranged table with their family, friends, and invited guests. The reception starts with toast to the couple. A wedding toast is a custom where a close friend or relative of the groom or the bride says a few words to wish the couple. Then everyone raises their glass of wine and drink it up at the same moment. The groom is then asked to kiss the bride. After a few toasts, people start eating and drinking and generally have fun. After some time, the bride gets stolen. She disappears, and when the groom starts looking for her, he is asked to pay a fee. Usually, it is his friends who steal the bride. The groom must pay money for the shoe too. The guests enjoy watching these dancers and continue partying. Now you have, this is very interesting, isn't it, about the Russian wedding, something different from ours. Do you think Indian and Russian weddings have any customs in common? With the help of a partner, fill in the table below. You do it as homework. The Proposal, originally titled A Marriage Proposal, is one act play, a farce by Russian short story writer and dramatist Anton Chekhov. It was written in 1888 to 89. The play is about the tendency of wealthy families to seek ties with other wealthy families to increase their estates by encouraging marriages that make good economic sense. Ivan Lomov, a long-time wealthy neighbor of Stephen Chubakov, also wealthy, comes to seek the hand of Chibokov's 25-year-old daughter, Natalia. All three are quarrelsome people and they quarrel over petty issues. The proposal is a danger of being forgotten amidst all this quarreling. But the economic good sense ensures that the proposal is made after all, although the quarreling perhaps continues. So this is something about a marriage proposal and a little bit of quarreling also. Let us begin. The characters of the play are Stefanovich Chibukov, that is a landowner. Natalia Stefanovna, that is his daughter, 25 years old. Ivan Vasilievich Lomov is a neighbor of Chibukov, a large and hearty, very suspicious landowner. These are about the wealthy people. A drawing room, first scene. See, it is taking us towards a drawing room. In Chibukov's house, Lomov enters, wearing a dress jacket and a white blouse. Chibukov rises to meet him. Chibukov, my dear fellow, whom do I see? Ivan Vasilievich? I am extremely glad. Squeezes his hand. Squeezes means firmly press with one's fingers. Now this is a surprise, my darling. How are you? I am very surprised to see you. Then he asks, how are you? Lomov, thank you. And how much may you be getting on? How much you may be getting on means how much success they are having with what they are having. So that means it is just a normal question. Just for a normal, how are you? How are you feeling now? How much may you be getting on? How much success you are having? We just get along somehow, my angel. Oh, he's calling him as angel and all. Chibukov. Thanks to your prayers and so on. Sit down, please do. Now you know you should not forget all about your neighbors, my darling. My dear fellow, why are you so formal in your get-up? Evening dress, gloves and so on. He is asking, why are you coming here in the formal dress? Get up means the dress. In your get up, in your dress. Say, and can you be going anywhere, my treasure? Are you going somewhere? Are you going for a party? Because generally when we visit the neighbor's house and all, we don't wear party dress, isn't it? Here, Lomov is in formal dress. That's why Chibukov is asking, where are you going? Lomov, no, I have come only to see you, honored Stefan Stefanovich. He said that, no, it is just I came here to meet you. Chibukov, then why are you in evening dress, my precious, as if you are paying a New Year's Eve visit, as if generally we go for the New Year's party? Lomov, well, you see, it is like this. Takes his arm. I have come to you, honored Stefan Stefanovich, to trouble you with a request. I came here with a request. What is that? Not once or twice have I already had the privilege of applying to you for help, and you have always said to speak. I must ask your pardon. I am getting excited. I shall drink some water. Honored Stefan Stefanovich. Actually, Lomov wanted to ask his daughter's hand for his marriage, but he became very nervous. He asked Chibukov to give him some water to drink. Chibukov, he is come to borrow money, shan't give him any. What is it, my beauty? So he himself was speaking. This Lomov came for asking for some money. I am not going to give him some money. But the other side, he is speaking to him. What is it, my beauty? What's the problem, my handsome man? Lomov, you see, honored Stefanich, I beg pardon, Stefan Honorich. I mean, I am awfully excited. I am very excited. As you will please notice, in short, you alone can help me. Though I don't deserve it, of course, and haven't any right to count on your assistance. I know it, I am not a suitable person, but still, I wanted to ask you something. Chibukov, oh, don't go round and round it, darling. Spit it out. Well, spit it out means tell. Please speak. Why are you speaking all these things? Lomov, one moment. This is very minute. The fact is, I have to come to ask the hand of your daughter, Natalia Stefanovna, in marriage. So he just asked, I just came here to propose with a proposal, that is your daughter, I'd like to marry her. Say Chubukov, joyfully, my job is actually a British old-fashioned humorous way to express surprise. Clear? It's a surprising word. Ivan Vasilevich, say it again. I didn't hear it at all. He was so excited. He said that. Speak once again. Lomo, I have the honor to ask. Chubokov, interrupting. My dear fellow, I am so glad, and so on. Yes, indeed, and all that sort of thing. Embraces and kisses, Lomo. I have been hoping for it for a long time. I am expecting this question for a long time. It has been my continual desire. Sheds tears. Because of happiness, he is shedding tears. And I have always loved you, my angel, as if you are my own son. I considered Lomov as my son. May God give you both His help and His love, and so on, and so much hope. What am I behaving in this idiotic way for? I am off my balance with joy. Absolutely off my balance. Oh, with all my soul, I will go and call Natasha and all that. So he was so excited, and he started talking so much. He said that I am going to call my daughter Natasha, and I am going to convey her about this matter. Lomo, greatly moved. Honored Stefan Stefanovich, do you think I may count on her consent? That is, he is asking, do you think that he will give the permission? Then Chuboko, why, of course, my darling. And as if she won't consent, she is in love. God. She is like a lovesick cat, and so on. Shan't be long. So he said that, yes, of course, he will permit, he will be ready for the marriage. A god is exclamatory word expressing surprise, anger, or affirmation. For that purpose, we use the word god. She is like a lovesick. Lovesick means in love. Lovesick means the cat in love, and so on. He blah 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 blah. He is who is speaking? Chubokov is speaking. Lomov. Oh, it is cold. I am trembling all over. He became very nervous. He said, I am feeling very cold. Just as if I would got an examination before me. ഏതുപോലെയാണ് എനിക്ക് എക്സാമിനേഷൻ ഇരിക്കാൻ പോകുന്ന പോലെ എനിക്ക് ടെൻഷൻ ആവുന്നു. So the great thing is I must have my mind made up. If I give myself time to think, to hesitate, to talk a lot, to look for an ideal or for real love, then I will never get married. Oh, if I give myself time to think, if I take more time about my marriage, I will never get married. Where it is cold. Natalia Stefanovna is an excellent housekeeper, not bad looking, well educated. What more do I want? So what are the Lomov is finding the good qualities in Natalia is she is a very good housekeeper. She is not bad looking. She is very well educated. But I am getting a noise in my ears from excitement. He drinks water, and it is impossible for me not to marry. In the first place, I am already 35, a critical age, so to speak. In the second place, I want to lead a quiet and regular life. I suffer from palpitations. Palpitation is beating, the heart beating, pulse we'll say. That is called palpitations. Say, I am excitable and always getting awfully upset. Upset means unpleasant. That this very moment my lips are trembling because of nervousness. He is saying I am getting nervousness, my hearts are beating, and there is a twitch in my right eyebrow. Twitch means a short sudden jerking or convulsive movement. My eyebrows are twitching. And but the very worst of all is that the way I speak. I know no sooner get into the bed and begin to go off, when suddenly something in my left side gives a pull, and I can feel it in my shoulder and head. I jump up like a lunatic, walk about a bit, and lie down again. But as soon as I begin to get off to sleep, there is another pull, and this may happen 20 times. So he is saying that, so whenever I used to get I am very, already he is saying that he is already completed 35 years old. That's a critical age. So he just wanted to get married to this lady, and he wanted to lead a regular life. He is saying that he is suffering from what? The palpitations, the heartbeats, and he was very excited, then what will happen? His eyebrows used to twitch, and the worst of the way, he sleeps. When he sleeps, what he went into the bed, he used to sleep very fast, and not only that, he used to certain times jump up like a mad person, and in the sleep itself he used to jump up and he used to walk about a little bit, and then he again went to sleep. There is another pull, and this may happen 20 times. Natalia Stefanova comes in. When he was explaining about himself, who comes? Natalia, Natalia enters. Say, well, there it is you, and Papa said, go, there is a merchant come for his goods. How do you do, Ivan Vasilevich? So Natalia enters and he says that, Natalia is saying that, my father said that there is a merchant there. So it is you, Lomov, who is asking Natalia. Lomov, how do you do, honored Natalia Stefanova? Oh, you must excuse my apron and negligee. Negligee means the way he is dress up, because she is kimono house coat neana negligee ennu parayunnu. Adayathu she is not wearing proper dress, she is in the house coat. We are shelling peas for drying. Shelling means removing the shell of the peas for drying. Why haven't you been here for such a long time? Sit down. They seat themselves. Won't you have some lunch? So she become very formal. She is saying that you are not visiting us for a long time. Shall I give you some lunch? That's what she said. She said, I am not properly dressed. I am wearing my house coat or a gown, because I was removing the shells, removing the shell of the peas, because the peas has to be dried up. That's why I was wearing the house coat. Lomov, no thank you, I have had some already. So Lomov said that I don't need lunch, he had already lunch. Natalia, then smoke, here are the matches. The weather is splendid now. Splendid means very impressive, but yesterday it was so wet that the workmen did not do anything all day. Laborers were not doing any work. How much hay have you stacked? Stacked means pile of stack. നിങ്ങൾ എത്രമാത്രം ഹേ ആണ് കളക്ട് ചെയ്ത് വെച്ചത്. Just think, I felt greedy and had a whole field cut, and now I am not at all pleased about it, because I am afraid my hay may rot. ചീത്തായി പോകുന്ന പേടിയാണ്. I ought to have waited a bit, but what is this? Why? You are in evening dress. Well, I never. Are you going to a ball and what? Though I must say you look better. Tell me, why are you got up like that? So now she started in between talking about the what they're farming and all. She's asking about the hay collection, and she said that she was in a hurry and she cut a lot of hay and stocked, and now she is worried about it may get rot. And then suddenly she observed Lomov is in the formal dress, so she is asking him, where are you going? Lomov, excited. You see, honored Natalia Stefanova, the fact is I have made up my mind to ask you to hear me out. Of course, you will be surprised and perhaps even angry, but hey, it is awfully cold. He was not so daring to propose whom? Propose this? Natalia. So he said that it's very cold. So Natalia said, what's the matter? Well, yeah, speak, what's the matter? Lomov, I will try to be brief. You must know, honor Natalia Stefanova, that I have long since my childhood, in fact, had the privilege of knowing your family. ഞങ്ങൾ ചെറുതിലേ മുതലേ എനിക്ക് നിങ്ങളുടെ ഫാമിലിയെ അറിയാം. My late aunt and her husband, from whom, as you know, I inherited my land. എവിടുന്നാണ് ഇദ്ദേഹത്തിന് ഇത്രയും ലാൻഡ് കിട്ടിയത്? അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ aunt and uncle had given him. Always had the greatest respect for your father and your late mother. So our family had a lot of respect towards your father and your late mother. The Lomovs and the Chubukovs have always had the most friendly. Our families are in a very friendly manner they lived, and I might also say the most affectionate. They were very much attached also, regard for each other. And as you know, my land is a near neighbor of yours. My land is also next to your land, and you will remember that my oxen meadows means a land full of grass for animals to graze in. Touch your birchwood. Birchwoods are hard, fine wood. So these are he said that my land is next to a bridge woods also. Natalia, excuse my interrupting you. You say my oxen meadows, but are they yours? ഈ oxen meadows അത് ശരിക്കും നിങ്ങളുടേതാണോ? Lomov, yes, mine. Natalia, what are you talking about? Oxen meadows are ours, not yours. Oxen meadows are അത് ഞങ്ങളുടേതാണ്, നിങ്ങളുടേതല്ല. Lomov, no, mine. Honored Natalia Stefano. Natalia, well, I never knew that before. How do you make that out? അത് എങ്ങനെയാണ് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് മനസ്സിലാക്കാൻ പറ്റുന്നത്? Lomov, how? I am speaking of those oxen meadows which are wedged in between your birch woods and burn marsh. Burn marsh means wet, soft land. Oxen meadows എവിടെയാണ്? Between your birch woods and burn marsh. നിങ്ങളുടെ ബിർച്ച് വുഡിൻ്റെയും ബേൺറ്റ് മാർഷിൻ്റെയും ഇടയ്ക്കുള്ള സ്ഥലമാണ് എന്ത് പറയുന്നത്? ഓക്സൻ മെഡോസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. Natalia, yes, they are ours. Lomov, no, you are mistaken, honored Natalia Stefano, yours. So you are not correct, that is our land. Lomov, how long? As long as I can remember. So Natalia is very angry. He is saying that those lands are not Lomov's. Natalia is saying, just think, Ivan Vasilevich, how long have you they been yours? എത്ര നാളായിട്ടത് ഞങ്ങളുടേതാണ്. അത് അപ്പോൾ എന്താ അയാൾ പറയുന്നത്? എനിക്ക് ഓർമ്മ വെച്ച നാൾ മുതൽ ആ സ്ഥലം ഞങ്ങളുടേതാണ്. Say, Natalia, really, you won't get me to believe that. I don't agree with that. Lomov, but you can see from the documents on Natalia Stefanovna, Oxen Meadows, it is true, where once the subject of dispute. പണ്ട് ഇതൊരു വഴക്കിൽ കിടന്ന വസ്തുവാണ്. But now everybody knows that they are mine. ഇപ്പോൾ എല്ലാവർക്കും അതറിയാം, അത് എൻ്റേതാണ്. There is nothing to argue about. You see, my aunt's grandmother gave the free use of these meadows in perpetuity to the peasants of your father's grandmother. ഇതെന്താ ചെയ്തിരുന്നത്? എൻ്റെ ആണ്ടിൻ്റെ ഗ്രാൻഡ് മദർ അത് ഫ്രീ യൂസിനായിട്ട് ആർക്ക് കൊടുത്തിരുന്നു? നിങ്ങളുടെ ഫാദറിൻ്റെ ഗ്രാൻഡ് ഫാദറിന്, എൻ്റെ കർഷകർക്ക് യൂസ് ചെയ്യാൻ കൊടുത്തിരുന്നതാണ്. പെർപെച്യുവിറ്റി മീൻസ് എ ബോണ്ട് ഓർ അതർ സെക്യൂരിറ്റി വിത്ത് നോ ഫിക്സ്ഡ് മെച്യൂരിറ്റി ഡേറ്റ്. ഇത്ര കാലത്തേക്കെന്ന് വയ്ക്കാതെ ആ സ്ഥലം ഈ ആരുടെ? നതാലിയയുടെ അച്ഛൻ്റെ ഗ്രാൻഡ് ഫാദറിൻ്റെ പെസൻസിന്, കൃഷിക്കാർക്ക് ഈ സ്ഥലം കൊടുത്തിരുന്നു. ആരാണ് കൊടുത്തിരുന്നത്? ലോമോവിൻ്റെ ആണ്ടിൻ്റെ ഗ്രാൻഡ് മദർ. See, in return for which they were to make bricks for her. So what in return, ഈ സ്ഥലം കൊടുത്തതിന് പകരം അവർക്ക് ബ്രിക്സ് ഉണ്ടാക്കി ആണ്ടിൻ്റെ ഗ്രാൻഡ് മദറിന് കൊടുക്കുമായിരുന്നു. The peasants belonging to your father's grandfather had the free use of meadows for 40 years. 40 years your father's grandfather's peasants used this place and had got into the habit of regarding them as their own. When it happened that, so they 40 years they used it and they started thinking that is their personal property. Natalia, no, it is not at all like that. Both grandfather and great grandfather reckoned means established by calculation that their land extended to burn marsh, which means that oxen meadows were ours, because the oxen meadows were in between two lands, isn't it? One is the birchwood and the other one is the what marshy land? Burnt marsh. So they considered all of them together as theirs. I don't see what there is to argue about. It is simply silly. നതാലിയ പറഞ്ഞു അതിൽ ആർഗ്യൂ ചെയ്യേണ്ട കാര്യമൊന്നും ഇല്ല. ഇവിടെ ലോമോവ് പ്രപ്പോസ് ചെയ്യാനാണ് വന്നത്. ആരെ പ്രപ്പോസ് ചെയ്യാൻ? നതാലിയ, മാരേജിന് വേണ്ടി. പക്ഷെ അവർ വസ്തുവിൻ്റെ തർക്കത്തിൽ പെടുകയാണ്. Lomov, I will show you the documents, Natalia Stefano. So what did he said that? Lomov ലാസ്റ്റ് പറയുന്നത് നിനക്ക് വേണമെങ്കിൽ ഞാൻ ഡോക്യുമെൻറ്റ്സ് കാണിച്ചു തരാമെന്നാണ്. നമ്മൾ ഡോക്യുമെൻറ്റ്സ് എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് അറിയാം, പ്രമാണം അല്ലേ, അത് കാണിച്ചു തരാമെന്ന് പറയാണ്. നതാലിയ, no, you are simply joking and making fun of me. So what a surprise, we have had the land for nearly 300 years and then we are suddenly told that it is not ours. Ivan Vasilevich. സോ എങ്ങനെയാ അപ്പോൾ എത്ര വർഷമായിട്ട് ഞങ്ങളിത് യൂസ് ചെയ്യാണ്? 300 years. എന്നിട്ട് പെട്ടെന്നൊരു ദിവസം പറയാണ് ദാറ്റ് പ്ലേസ് ഇസ് നോട്ട് അവേഴ്സ്. I can hardly believe my own ears. These meadows are not worth much to me. I can't believe what you are speaking. They only come to 5 Desiatins. Desiatins means 2.702 English acres. And are worth perhaps 300 rubles. Russian ruble. That is Indian 1.12 Indian rupees. But I can't stand unfairness. Say what you will. I can't stand unfairness. നിങ്ങൾ പറയുന്ന unfairness, I can't agree with you. But this is not so expensive land also. But I don't accept the things what you say. Lomov, hear me out. I implore you. Implore means I beg you. The peasants of your father's grandfather, as I have already had the honor of explaining to you, used to bake bricks for my aunt's grandmother. Now my aunt's grandmother wishing to make them a pleasant. So she is not allowing him to complete the sentence. Nathalia, I can't make head or tail of all this about aunts and grandfathers and grandmothers. The meadows are ours, that's all. What nonsense you are speaking. You are speaking about your aunt's grandmother and my father's grandfather and all. I don't know anything about it. Only thing I know is that land is ours. Lomo, mine. So he is not ready to leave. He said that no, those lands are mine. Nathalia, worse. You can go on proving it for 2 days on end. You can go on and put on 15 dress jackets. But I tell you they are ours, ours, ours. I don't want anything of yours. And I don't want to give anything of mine. So there. So she is not at all ready to leave. You go on proving it for 2 days on end. And you can go on and put on 15 dress jackets. How many dresses jacket? 15 dress jackets you wear. You can't agree arguing for this land, but I am not ready to agree with you. Those lands are ours. That's what Natalia said. Lomov, Natalia Stefanoana, I don't want the meadows, but I am acting on principle. I am acting on principle. ഞാൻ ഒരുപാട് തത്വങ്ങളിൽ വിശ്വസിക്കുന്ന ആളാണ്. If you like, I will make you a present of them. If you want, I am right and give you as a gift. Natalia, I can make you a present of them myself because they are mine. Your behavior, Ivan Vasilyevich, it's strange to say the least. Up to this, we have always thought of you as a good neighbor, a friend. Last year, we lent you our threshing machine. ഇതുവരെ ഞങ്ങൾ നിന്നെ വലിയ ഫ്രണ്ടായിട്ടാണ് കരുതിയിരുന്നത്. Threshing machine is separating grain from to separate the grains. What they had given the threshing machine. Although on that account we had to put off our own threshing till November. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഈ ബ്രഷിംഗ് തന്നത് കാരണം ഞങ്ങളുടെ ത്രഷിങ് ഞങ്ങൾ നവംബറിലേക്ക് വരെ എന്ത് ചെയ്തു, പോസ്റ്റ്പോൺ ചെയ്യേണ്ടതായിട്ട് വന്നു. അത്രത്തോളം ഞങ്ങൾ നിന്നെ ഹെൽപ്പ് ചെയ്തു എന്നാണ് ആര് പറയുന്നത്? നതാലിയ. ബട്ട് യു ബിഹേവ് ടു അസ് ആസ് ഇഫ് യു വെർ ജിപ്സീസ്. We were gypsies. Say, giving me my own land. Indeed, no, really, that is not at all neighborly. In my opinion, it is even impudent. If you want to know, impudent means not showing due respect for another person. Impertinent എന്ന് പറയാം. Impudent meaning impertinent. അത് മറ്റൊരാൾക്ക് റെസ്പെക്റ്റ് കൊടുക്കാത്ത ആള്. So if you want to know, no more. Then you make out that I am a land grabber. Madam, ഞാൻ വസ്തു പിടിച്ചെടുക്കുന്ന ആളെന്നായിട്ടാണോ അങ്ങ് കരുതുന്നത്? Never in my life have I grabbed anybody else's land, and I shan't allow anybody to accuse me of having done so. Quickly steps to the carafe, and carafe is an open-topped glass flask used for serving wine or water, and drinks more water. Carafe is a small flask, contains what? Drinks. And oxen meadows are mine. He drinks and more water he adds and drinks. But then he says that those lands are mine. Natalia, it is not true. They are ours. So they are not ready. They are fighting. Actually, he came to propose Natalia. Ends up with what? Ends up with the fight. Natalia, it is not true. I will prove it. I will send my mowers out to the meadows this very day. Mowers is a machine used for cutting grass. That meadows are the grassland, isn't it? So she is saying that I will cut all the grass from there. Lomov is shocked. What? My mowers will be there this very day. I will give it to them in the neck. So you dare? So I am not going to leave them. And who is saying? Lomov is saying. So you dare? Lomov clutches at his heart. Oxen meadows are mine. You understand? Mine. Lomov is very strongly saying. Natalia, please don't shout. You can shout yourself Harass in your own house. Harass is prevent from doing something. That is, harass is very rough and harsh. You can't shout yourself harass in your own house. But here, I must ask you to restrain yourself. Restrain means keep under control. You are not supposed to speak here in my house very loudly. So please remain under control. That's what who said? Natalia. Lomov, if it was not, madam, for this awful means unpleasant, excruciating means intensely painful. Palpitation, if my whole inside was not upset, I would talk to you in a different way. Else, ox and meadows are mine. He is not saying that. He is again and again saying that they are mine. Natalia, ours. Lomov, mine. Ours, mine. By the time Chubokov enters. Chubokov, what's the matter? What are you shouting for? He was very shocked to see both of them are fighting. Natalia, Papa, please tell this gentleman who owns Oxen Meadows, we or he. Who owns, whose lands are Oxen Meadows? Please tell. Chubokov to Lomov, darling, the meadows are ours. The father is supporting whom? Supporting the daughter, saying that those meadows are theirs. Lomov, but please, Stephen Stefanovich, how can they be yours? Do be a reasonable man. My aunt's grandmother gave the meadows for the temporary and free use of your grandfather's peasants. The peasants used the land for 40 years and got accustomed. Accustomed means used to it, as if it was their own. When it happened that, she is saying that again the same story what he told Natalia, he is repeating. Chubokov, excuse me, my precious, you forget just this, that the peasants didn't pay your grandmother and all that because the meadows were in dispute. Dispute means in Tarkatrulla and so on. And now everybody knows that they are ours. It means that you haven't seen the plan. That is ours. Lomov, I'll prove to you that they are mine. Chubokov, you won't prove it, my darling. Lomov, I shall. Chubokov, dear one, why yell like that? You won't prove anything just by yelling. Yelling means shouting. I don't want anything of yours and don't intend to give up what I have. Why should I? And you know, my beloved, that if you propose to go on arguing about it, I would much sooner give up the meadows to the peasants than to you there. Chubokov is saying that he is going to give the oxen meadow to whom? To the peasants free. Lomov, I don't understand. How have you the right to give away somebody else's property? Lomov is asking, how can you hand over my land to someone else? Chubokov, you may take it that I know whether I have the right or not, because young man, I am not used to being spoken to in that tone of voice and so on. I, young man, am twice your age. Ask you to speak to me without agitating your elder to you. So you can't speak in such a rash voice. You speak to me very softly. Lomov, no, you just think I am a fool and want to have me on. You call my land yours and then you want me to talk to you calmly and politely. So Lomov is asking, you have taken my land and you are asking me, you are demanding me to talking to you in very polite way. Good neighbors don't behave like that. Stephen Stefanovich, you are not a neighbor. You are a grabber. Lomov is calling him, you are a land grabber. Chubokov, what is that? What did you say? Natalia, Papa, send the mowers out to the meadows at once. Chubokov, what did you say, sir? Natalia, oxen meadows are ours and I shan't give them up. Shan't give them up. Who is very firm? Natalia. Lomov, we will see. I will have the matter taken to court and then I will show you. I will file a case against you. That's what who is saying? Lomov. And Chubokov, to court? You can take it to court and all that. You can. I know you. You are just on the lookout for a chance to go to court and all that. You pettifogger, all your people were like that, all of them. Pettifogger means an inferior legal practitioner, one who deals with petty cases. The person who deals with petty cases is known as pettifogger. So you are going to file a case against that, you carry on. That's what who is saying? Natalia's father is saying. Just see, the funniest part is here. What is it? Lomov came to propose the Proposed whom? Natalia, and they started fighting among each other. I hope you understood. The rest of the lessons will be taught in the next class. Thank you.